Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another daily Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum. I am Anson, and Willow's not here today. She's out gallivanting somewhere. So, she went and found a toy. She's over there. But anyway, Gladys is at work. Mom and Dad are still getting busy doing things that they're doing. So you can probably see back here that pile is getting a lot smaller by the day. So we actually took a load yesterday. I didn't record any of that. We just took it out there. It is 2,440 pounds worth of metal. And the sad part is the recycling center that is the closest to us, they only pay you 2 cents a pound. So that's that. Not very good. But it still gets it, off the property. And at least a soda in your wellhouse, I guess, with being able to go do some stuff. But today it's actually a little on the breezy side. It's pretty overcast. I have not looked to see if we're supposed to be getting any rain today. I'm not sure. And then you also see behind me that I got some work done, and now I'm going to be going through next and cutting up the battens. So I want to get both the sides, the back, and everything completely done. I still have some sealant. I did buy some of it's like the black tar type sealant to be able to cover the holes that I had up in the roof, because I need to get those sealed up before I put the insulation into the roof on the inside. And then I also have some tape that I can tape up the seams on the inside. I do want to put some of this cedar on the inside of the well house, namely where I'm going to be putting, some of the equipment, right? The filtration stuff, different things. Plus the cedar, for one, it looks good, it smells good, and two, it also kind of helps, with keeping bugs and stuff like that out of the space. So that's what I'm going to go for, and yeah, hopefully it turns out okay. So. This build is definitely taking, a lot longer than expected from the very beginning, but that's okay. I kind of have to work with what I got. Plus, if I was only working on this and not having to deal with anything else on the property, I probably could have gotten it done, in just a few days instead of, weeks, months, right? So, it is what it is. There for a while being here, by myself, because Gladys went back into the workforce, that, I can only work on so many things but with my own two hands, right? And then now that Mom and Dad are here, obviously they are helping here on the property, but they're also going to be doing other projects, not just the project that I'm necessarily working on. Yes, there will be times where, like when we start going to work on a cabin, they'll be helping with that process. There'll be other things, but obviously cleaning the industrial chic area, getting all that metal and stuff out of there, that's something that Dad is good at. So he's going to do that. I'm not too worried about, sticking the camera in his face. It's just the work's getting done. And that's the awesome part. But yeah, doing some land clearing and things like that, that's all things that they're going to continue to help with. Getting this place cleaned up of the neglect, years and years and years of neglect. Because I believe that this property sat vacant for about 7 years. I believe that's what the number was, because I was able to look and see, the previous owner when he had passed away, and I am quite certain that from that time up until the property sold, that I'm sure that people would come here, but I don't think anybody physically lived on the property for about 7 years. So, yeah, it's crazy, and it shows. Because I can go through, be able to see where there's like cross fencing and equipment, and like there was different, well, not like tractors or anything, but there was like, for instance, there's a hay feeder out in the middle of the woods, like one of the big round metal that you put a round bale of hay in for cattle, right? That feeder just sitting over there. Hey, Willow. Hey, baby girl. Can they see you? Nope, they can't see you. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, Willow. Mwah. You got your paws all dirty. You've been over there playing in the pond and the ash. You see her feet? Look at her feet. They're not supposed to be gray. I know. But you love going down to the pond and to the creek and dealing with the frogs and all that. She'll go down there and play with the frogs. Huh, baby girl? He's silly. But yeah, we're just going to continue on, and should have the video coming out today, which you'll probably see before this post, of our new equipment on the property. So that's super awesome. I love having that. It's working well. Yes, I already broke it. No, it's not like destroyed or anything, but it did what it's supposed to do. It has a bolt in there that's supposed to shear in the event that, you know, it's not able to do anything, and that's what happened. I hit a rock that was just a little too big, didn't see it. And the sad part is I was doing that out on the driveway. So we have a drive, that the road that goes next to us, that actually goes up into National Forest. And people utilize that to go up there for hunting, because right now we are in hunting season for bow season. I don't own a bow, so I have one in a shed that I need to redo. I actually found it in the old house, and it's actually, I thought it was kind of nice. So to be able to go through and fix that up, I wouldn't mind, you know, utilizing it. It's older, but that's fine. I think it'll work okay. But I want to look into, you know, getting new strings and possibly cams and stuff like that for it. And yeah, be able to bow hunt, you know, maybe next season. We still need to clear out areas, you know, to be able to hunt, like up on the ridge. Be able to do that, you know, getting us hunting stands and stuff like that, because our property is big enough. We got 25 acres, so we are big enough that we can hunt on our own property, you know, quite well without having to do that. And then we also have National Forest that butts up against us. But there's people that go out there, you know, quite often, and folks in this area, they run dogs. So they'll run dogs up through that National Forest area. So we'll see. I'd rather them, you know, utilize their dogs to bring them to me, and then I'll shoot them once they get to my property. So because no one's coming onto my property, I will make sure of that. So yeah, that's it. So I'm going to continue working. Hopefully weathers will hold out. I guess if it starts to rain, I'll just have to go do something else, but that's fine. At some point, I am going to have to get into the town, because we're on our last bottle of propane. The smaller bottles, right? I still got the big bottle in the event that we need to utilize that, but we'll get some propane. And then for the well house, there's still parts that I need for this, that I am still in process of buying, because whenever I installed this, it was just, you know, a quick and dirty, get the pump in a hole, that way I can start pumping water. But, you know, I still need the arrestor, the torque arrestor. I still need, you know, check valve down by the pump. I didn't do that. I have check valve up at the top, but not one down at the bottom. And then for us, since we don't have a pump up top side, it has a different type of cap that you put in there. And then you have the different parts to be able to allow the pipe to come out of the side of your casing, you know, so there's all different things for that, which I still need to get the hole dug down next to the casing. I still need to get a hole drilled in for that, which I'm going to have to go through concrete now that, you know, this was all poured, you know, a long time ago, and they were using a different style of pump. So obviously I'm going to have to break up some concrete that they put around the casing That's all, normal practice type stuff. But yeah, once I start going through and getting those parts, there's some things that's really needed, and then some things that I could probably do without, but they're nice to have. Kind of like your, they have different things that you can put around your piping that allows the wire to go through there, and it just spaces everything out nicely, right, as it's going through, and it's that way your wire and stuff is not just flopping around and stuff inside, right? Yeah, so stuff like that would be nice to have, but not really needed. Safety ropes, you want to have that. You want to make sure that's on there, which we do. Obviously, the stuff that I have is, and I have my pump suspended from the safety rope, which you don't necessarily want to do. It's supposed to be suspended by the piping itself, but in the event that piping fails, your safety rope was there to catch it. So I still need to go through and just redo, all those things, but I need to get the product here first, because I don't want to be without water. So I need to make sure I have everything on hand. I can get the pump pulled out of the hole, get the arrestor put on there, get the check valve and all that put on there, get all those things that I need for down at the pump area, so that's 90 feet down under the ground, and then get all that stuff there, get it back into the hole, and then routed properly coming to the house. So that's the game plan. All right, so continue to follow along. Once we get those products in hand, we will be doing that, but we need to get going quick. So I think, if needed, if I'm not able to do that, right, because that's like $500 worth of stuff, right? But we're trying to get there. So if stuff starts getting too cold, I do want to get the tank and everything into the house soonest, to where if I still have to have the piping outside, I can always, wrap that up, get it secured for winter, along with, the heaters and stuff like that, just to keep it from freezing until I can get it underground. Okay. So I might have to go in stages. We'll see how that goes, because I have enough piping to get the tank and everything inside the house. That way that will be protected. Filters, filtration, all that stuff will be, protected, but I might have to have piping outside for now. We'll see how that goes. So, all right, you guys. Well, definitely appreciate you for following the journey, helping us grow. Share us out if you made it this far, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and give us that subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. It helps us grow. And yeah, that's it. Last but not least, remember to always thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. And we will see you on the next one. Later, y'all.